Hello, it's Doug from Behind Closed Doors, and today I'm going to be looking at a video by Mikhaila Peterson called Advice for Women Dating in Their Early 20s. Let's have a look at the video.
Advice for women dating in their early 20s. Don't sleep with people, right? Not unless that is a serious relationship. And if you're hooking up or dating someone and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to get married, just dump them.
I feel sick listening to this girl. It's so weird because I have so much respect for Jordan Peterson, and because I do like Jordan Peterson and what he stands for, I can't stand listening to Mikhaila. I did another video a little while back, I'll put a link to it here, Mikhaila versus Jordan Peterson on staying married. And the difference between Mikhaila and Jordan is that Mikhaila can't stay married and Jordan can. And so when you look at statistics, it usually differs from country to country and year to year, but it hovers around the 70%. 70% of divorces are initiated by women. They just can't stay married. And you've got the family courts, and so you can lose your house, you can lose your children, you can lose all the money that you've accumulated and your future earnings, your whole reputation. If you was to put that at a casino on something that had a 70% chance of failure, would you do it? On losing everything? You know, if you're married to somebody and you don't have children together, then it doesn't even matter anyway, whether you're married or not. The structure of marriage is in place for families to merge together and to create children. But the modern feminists don't care about family and children. They care about how they feel in the moment and about their happiness. Like, let's take her for example. Why would you marry Mikhaila Peterson? She's already failed at marriage. Any person is an idiot who is going to marry her again. It's a complete fucking idiot.
Or dating someone and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to get married, just dump them.
I said, I wouldn't go back. What I would have changed is I shouldn't have gotten married, because that caused a whole bunch of problems, and that was the issue. I would have changed the decision to get married because I wasn't in a good relationship. Part of the reason it took a while is because I wanted to be absolutely sure that breaking up the family was better for everyone and not just for me.
Listening to this girl, I just feel sick. I mean, you look at the decisions that she's made with her life, and again, it covers it in this video that I've done. I'll interject clips here.
Andre ended up, and I know that this can come across as using him. He was with me helping take care of my dad, and I was, yeah. And so he was instrumental there. So people are online were like, why aren't you? And even my dad, why aren't you with someone who's like a good dad? He's helping your family. And I don't really want to get, like, I don't want to get into the negatives. I shouldn't have gotten married to someone I wasn't supposed to be with, that wasn't a good match, because that wasn't good for anybody. Mm-hmm. That was the mistake.
Yeah, I don't really want to get married, just dump them. Who cares about that person? And if you think that you're going to date them and then change them into someone who does want to get married.
Why is it so important that somebody gets married? Isn't it more important to keep two parents together for the sake of children, whether that involves marriage or not? Isn't it more important to maintain respect and friendliness and amicability? Because you can be married and hostile to one another, or you can be divorced and hostile to one another. Isn't it better that you're not hostile to one another by trapping them into a marriage?
They kind of sound like a loser to begin with, so get rid of that person.
I think that Mikhaila Peterson is mostly projecting here. She does sound like a loser, and I would get rid of her.
Yeah, I don't really want to get married, just dump them. Who cares about that person?
Agreed.
And so bite the bullet, get married, and figure out how to make it work, and negotiate until you have a proper relationship. Mm-hmm. And so that was my thinking when I was 23, and I wasn't able to negotiate that relationship. And I don't think I'm an unreasonable person.
Just dump them. Who cares about that person?
And what I ended up deciding, and it wasn't actually this year when we decided to get divorced. We decided to get divorced in 2018.
That, or like sit them down and have a very serious conversation and ask questions like, Do you ever want to get married?
Why would I want to get married to somebody that doesn't want to negotiate? Why would a man marry somebody that risks losing everything that he's ever loved over somebody that doesn't want to negotiate?
Okay, well, if you do, when do you want to get married? And make sure that your dreams align with their dreams, because...
Well, what if her dreams change? Because she's emotional, so they do it based on emotion. So what happens when they change? You need logic as a foundation.
If you're dating somebody and they don't have any plan on getting married, then you're wasting your time. And that's trickier for women, because women are most attractive and most fertile when they're young. And men, I would say, get more attractive, in their mid-30s, maybe even 40s.
Well, yeah, generally speaking, but also you got to take into account personality.
And they get richer. So they have time that you don't have.
Which is why it's better for young girls to get with older guys. So like a woman in her early 20s, it's best to get off with a guy that's in his mid-30s.
So make sure the person that you're with has the same kind of goals as you. Don't just sleep around. It doesn't help you. And
I agree with that.
And don't be ashamed of actually talking about what you want. If you want to get married and you want to have kids, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And for some reason, society at the moment is telling young women that they should just sleep around and work well into their 30s because having kids forever is easy. Don't worry, like, science has caught us up, so you can have kids whenever you want, which fortunately there are ways to have kids and extend the period of time you can have kids, but some people aren't that lucky, and you don't know if you're one of those people.
I agree.
But it's totally fine to talk to someone and say, hey, I do want to get married. I do want to have kids. That's healthy. And any sane man would be attracted to that.
Oh my God. Look, see, she's already using the guilt already. And I'm not even married to her. I'm just listening to her. Any sane man. She sounds just like a feminist. It's so bizarre. Like, given the fact that who her dad is and how, like, fair and well balanced he is. And this is his daughter. Fucking.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know him personally, but it seems by all, let's just say, impressions that Andre is pretty good with your daughter.
Andre's very good with my daughter.
Very, I mean, you have to understand the impression that I have and pretty much everybody else has when we're seeing nothing but Instagram shots of Andre with the kid and you off doing what with the Tates, first of all, and then second of all, doing what you're doing right now.
And any sane man would be attracted to that. So don't just go with the flow, which is, at least when I was in university, which is party, sleep around, and dampen down, long-term goals. And I think it's also easier when you get a bit older to differentiate between who actually is smart and has it together and who doesn't.
Here's my advice to women. Don't have sex with somebody who you wouldn't feel comfortable having a baby with. And I'd say the same to men as well. Instead of looking at the other person and thinking, oh, she's fit, or oh, he's fit, look at the other person and think, would I like to have a baby with this person? Think of it from that frame, because that's what happens when you have sex.
I had a very difficult time when I was in my early 20s figuring out who was smart and who wasn't smart.
Yeah, because the smart people accidentally get pregnant and then get married to a guy that they're not happy with, that they can't negotiate with, then get divorced, then get remarried. That's a smart thing to do. Did you ever look in the mirror and cast your own discernment on yourself?
I think that's my advice, is for relationships, try to find somebody who aligns. And honestly, if you're in university and you can't find any guy who doesn't suck.
Jesus, she sounds like a feminist. I didn't realise how big a feminist Mikhaila Peterson was.
Suck? Maybe go to church. That might be a way to do it. People with Christian values are pretty solid people.
Yeah, since she's found God in the past couple of months, now everyone who's Christian is great. For somebody who hasn't seen videos on my channel before, I base a relationship on honesty, trust and respect. You've got to have trust, and trust can only be gained through honesty and through respecting the other person and yourself. The way she's talking about men at the moment is so disrespectful, and she's not being honest, and she's not trustworthy. You obviously can't trust her in a marriage because she's already got divorced. So Who is she to judge? Why would you listen to advice from her? She's a cautionary tale of what not to do.
It's probably a controversial thing to say. Go fishing for a husband at church, but it might be a good idea. Ooh, this is fun. When should the guy get married? Before or after getting his career on track?
Well, here's a better question. Why should a guy get married? Like I said earlier, you risk losing everything. What do they get in return for losing everything? Regular sex? Somebody to moan at them constantly? What's in marriage for men?
Getting his career on track. I think it totally depends on who you meet. You don't want to meet the girl of your dreams and then think, well, I have to get my career on track. And I know there are a lot of red pill people out there that are like, just wait till your mid-30s, get your career on track, make all your money, then hook up with a 23-year-old because they're most fertile at 23. But if you find somebody you like, I'm not entirely sure who I was imitating there.
It sounds a little bit like Rollo Tomassi or Maureen Gaines. She spent time with him as well.
If you find somebody you like, then just marry them, because
if you find someone you like, just marry them. For fuck's sake.
Like I said, I wouldn't go back. What I would have changed is I shouldn't have gotten married, because that caused a whole bunch of problems, and that was the issue.
Marrying somebody and getting that relationship organized in your life can excel your career, right? If you have someone there to help you.
Is that what happened the first time you got married? It excelled your career? So if that was true and you love your career so much, why didn't you stay married?
That can actually help your work life. And then...
She seems to be somebody that prioritizes work over family.
Like role reversing. I work with my husband, so it's a bit different. But being in a stable relationship with somebody who helps me has made me 10 times more productive. And I've made him more productive. So...
Really?
I think if you find the right person, it can help excel your career. So I wouldn't put off marriage, but I would, focusing on work as a dude, I think isn't a bad idea. Focusing on work as a girl either. I mean, I like working all the time. All those people online really that say, I don't agree. I don't agree with people that put women in a category that's like, okay, you should be staying at home and having kids. And I know a lot of...
Yeah, I mean, I don't either. I wouldn't put women in that category. Everyone's different and everyone's free to make their own decisions in life.
Women who do want to stay home and have kids, which is totally fine. And if you do, that is healthy. And
yeah, but it's a rare woman that doesn't want to have any kids.
You shouldn't be ashamed of it. But if you don't want to stay home and have kids, you also shouldn't be ashamed of that. I know that if I just stayed home and had kids, I would go batshit so fast.
So you probably shouldn't have any more children than Mikhaila, yeah?
It'd be like 6 months and I'd be crazy. So...
Because you can't really do both. You can't really be a full-time parent and have a full-time career.
I think try and envision the life that you want and make that happen, right? And I wouldn't, keep your dreams small. I think you can dream up whatever you want, right? And who says you can't have that?
Reality says you can't have that.
Why is it that some people become billionaires or start companies and some people...
Fucking hell, is this really Jordan Peterson's daughter?
...have yachts? Some people achieve these things or have...
She's so money motivated.
Or have, 5 kids. Some people achieve these things, so why couldn't that be you, right? So dream up however you want your life to be, and then...
Well, the more you have, the more you're responsible for. So you've got to make sure you can maintain the responsibilities of the life of the dream that you want.
Assume that can happen and work your way towards it.
Right. Yeah, but assume that it comes with a price.
Right. I think that the glass ceilings that exist, we just put in place ourselves.
Oh my God, this is starting to sound like Kathy Newman.
Who do you hope to be in 5 years? Ooh, okay, 5 years. I would like...
To be making loads of money doing a career away from the family home, I'm guessing.
Like 2 or 3 more kids.
I'm done. I can't watch her anymore.
Like 2 or 3 more kids. I know that if I just stayed home and had kids, I would go batshit so fast.
Hello, my name is Doug and I've created a video tutorial called What to Message a Girl for Online Dating Success. The reason why I've created this product is to help those men out there who are dating online but are not getting the replies or getting the dates that they desire. My product will teach you what to message a girl, what not to message a girl, when to message a girl, how to respond when you're not sure what to write, what to do if she doesn't reply, how to get her phone number, and how to communicate to get online dating success. If you're getting matches and no success, this product is for you. It's what you need to do today to start getting success with your matches. I'll also be talking about other issues such as how to spot red flags, identify time wasters, to stay out the friend zone, how to deal with ghosting, simmering and icing. Not only will I be giving you exactly what you need, copy and paste, I'll also be explaining to you the reason why I'm writing what I'm writing so you can understand the psychology and know what behaviours to look out for and which ones to avoid. This product is packed with value. I've tried to cram as much as I can into a short amount of time as possible while being the most informative. If you're a man and you're confused and frustrated with what to text with online dating, this product is the solution for you to get more dates in less time. Click the link in the description box below to buy the product and change your dating life forever.